has the NFL, the ultimate meritocracy, finally reached a breaking point where a player's undeniable worth clashes head-on with the cold, hard calculus of the salary cap? Can the raw, emotional desire for fair compensation ever truly coexist with the ruthless business of professional football? Because right now, a seismic tremor is shaking the league, centered on a star wide receiver whose frustrations have boiled over, and it's sending ripples all the way to the Bay Area. We're talking about Terry McLaurin, a man who just delivered a career-defining 13-touchdown season, a beacon of consistency and explosive playmaking in an otherwise turbulent Washington Commanders offense. Yet despite his heroics, despite proving himself as one of the league's elite pass catchers, McLaurin has reportedly taken the drastic step of requesting a trade. This isn't just a disgruntled player. This is a top-tier talent demanding what he believes he's earned, and the reverberations are being felt across the NFL landscape. But here's where it gets truly intriguing for us, for the faithful in the red and gold. Whispers are growing louder, suggesting that the San Francisco 49ers, a team perpetually on the cusp of championship glory, could be a dark horse contender to land him. This isn't just a trade rumor, it's a potential blockbuster that could redefine the NFC West and reshape the entire Super Bowl picture. Terry McLaurin's journey to this crossroads has been nothing short of remarkable. He's been the unwavering constant, the undisputed number one target for a Commanders franchise that has cycled through quarterbacks, coaching staffs, and ownership groups with dizzying regularity. Through all the chaos, McLaurin has consistently produced, showcasing an elite blend of route-running precision, contested catchability, and explosive speed. Last season, he didn't just have a good year. He had a dominant year, hauling in 13 touchdowns, often making spectacular plays out of seemingly impossible situations. He was the safety blanket, the deep threat, and the red zone monster, all rolled into one. When a player performs at that level, when they carry the offensive load with such consistent brilliance, the expectation is simple: they get paid. They get compensated commensurate with their value, with their impact on the field. But as we've seen time and again in the NFL, the business side of the game can be a cruel mistress. Reports from ESPN's John Keim revealed last Thursday that McLaurin, deeply frustrated with the lack of progress in contract extension negotiations, officially requested a trade. This wasn't a sudden outburst. It was the culmination of prolonged talks where, despite his stellar performance, the two sides remained far apart. The frustration was so profound that McLaurin even held out for the first 4 days of training camp, a clear signal of his discontent and his unwavering stance that he deserves a new deal that reflects his market value. For a player who has given so much to one franchise, who has been the epitome of professionalism and production, this demand for fair compensation isn't just understandable, it's a fundamental right. He's earned his stripes, and now he wants his due. Enter the San Francisco 49ers, a team that, on paper, seems like an unlikely suitor given their current roster construction and salary cap philosophy. Yet, the idea of Terry McLaurin in a 49ers uniform is tantalizing enough to make even the most hardened cynics pause. Newsweek, in a recent piece exploring potential trade options for McLaurin, specifically highlighted the 49ers as a team that could significantly benefit from his acquisition. Imagine McLaurin's precise route running and game-breaking ability alongside Deebo Samuel's explosive YAC skills and Brandon Ayuk's smooth athleticism. The thought alone sends shivers down the spine of opposing defensive coordinators. From a pure football perspective, McLaurin's fit in San Francisco is undeniably intriguing. He brings a level of consistent, high-volume receiving that could elevate an already potent offense to truly historic heights. His ability to win one-on-one matchups, particularly on the outside, would open up even more space for the 49ers' dynamic playmakers like Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, and the aforementioned Samuel and Ayuk. He's a player who can thrive in any scheme, but in Kyle Shanahan's intricate run-heavy system, his ability to create separation and make clutch catches could be absolutely devastating. The potential synergy, the sheer amount of defensive attention he would command, could unlock new dimensions for an offense that is already among the league's most feared. The prospect of adding a legitimate, undisputed WR1 to an already loaded arsenal is the kind of move that championship contenders dream of making. However, as with all potential blockbusters in the NFL, the devil is in the details, and in this case, the details are written in cold, hard cash. The core of the dispute between McLaurin and the Commanders, according to Kime, is Washington's reluctance to pay him upwards of $30 million per season. This figure, while seemingly astronomical, reflects the escalating market for elite wide receivers in today's NFL. But it also presents a significant hurdle, particularly for a team like the San Francisco 49ers. The Niners, under general manager John Lynch and head coach Kyle Shanahan, have built their roster on a foundation of shrewd financial management, often prioritizing long-term cap flexibility and homegrown talent over exorbitant veteran contracts. Their history suggests a cautious approach to paying top dollar for players, especially those who are getting older or coming off career years, a scenario that, as the report notes, often doesn't end well. McLaurin, while still in his prime, is approaching the age where teams typically become more hesitant about handing out massive long-term deals. The Commanders' reluctance to meet his demands, despite their stated desire to keep him, underscores the harsh realities of the business side. General Manager Adam Peters acknowledged this, stating, "You'd like to get these things done quicker, but it doesn't always happen that way. Whatever happens along the way, just understand he's a great player and we want to keep him here." This sentiment, while expressing a desire to retain talent, also hints at an understanding that a trade, however undesirable, remains a possibility if the financial gap cannot be bridged. Furthermore, team sources within the Commanders organization have reportedly stated multiple times that they won't trade McLaurin. This adds another layer of complexity to the situation. Even if the 49ers or another interested team were willing to meet McLaurin's contract demands, they would still need to surrender a package that tempts the Commanders in terms of draft capital. What would that package look like for a player of McLaurin's caliber, especially one coming off his best season? A first-round pick? Multiple high-value selections? The price would undoubtedly be steep, forcing any potential suitor to weigh the immediate impact of McLaurin against the long-term cost of lost draft capital and a massive financial commitment. Beyond San Francisco, a host of other teams are undoubtedly monitoring the situation with bated breath. The Buffalo Bills, always looking to bolster Josh Allen's arsenal, could be a contender. The New England Patriots, desperate for offensive firepower, might see McLaurin as a foundational piece. The New York Jets, with their Super Bowl aspirations, could be tempted to add another elite target for their quarterback. And the Pittsburgh Steelers, renowned for their wide receiver development, might view him as a perfect fit for their gritty, hard-nosed offense. Each of these teams presents a unique set of circumstances, but all share one common denominator: the need for a game-changing wide receiver. The market for McLaurin, should he officially be placed on the trade block, would be robust, driving up both his potential salary and the asking price in terms of draft compensation. Ultimately, the saga of Terry McLaurin is a microcosm of the modern NFL, a relentless tug-of-war between player value, team finances, and the pursuit of championship glory. Will the Commanders ultimately relent and pay their homegrown star, or will they be forced to acknowledge the business reality and trade him to the highest bidder? And if he does become available, will the San Francisco 49ers, a team known for its disciplined approach to roster building, deviate from their philosophy to acquire a talent that could push them over the top? The answers to these questions will not only shape the immediate future of Terry McLaurin, but could also have profound implications for the competitive balance of the entire league. The tension is palpable, the stakes are incredibly high, and the potential for a seismic shift is very real. What do you think, Fabiano? Is Terry McLaurin worth the $30 million per year? And if he is, should the 49ers break their mold to bring him to the Bay? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, because your insights are what make this community so vibrant. And if you found this deep dive into the McLaurin saga as captivating as we did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for all the breaking news and in-depth analysis that keeps you ahead of the game.